10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
My favorite book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The author is Jeff Kenny. It's fiction, comedy, and realistic, and was published April 1, 2007, and it has 217 pages. I chose this book because it's all about friendship and it's funny. The main character is Greg Heffley, is blissful, unconcerned with its own narcissism, laziness, and look at of Muscleton. But what I like about him is that he never stops him from believing he'll someday be rich and famous. That I can relate to. Had determination and it gives motivation to the readers. Not every character in children's book need to set a perfect example. People are human and they are imperfect. And those are also important things to discuss with children. The strength of the book, I think the cartoon in the book helped to establish who was with consistent and unique characteristic to up each character. I would recommend this book to all the students. The most interesting part of this book that portrays a relatable imperfect figure actually helps kids develop the reading, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. This book series deals with real issues that kids struggle with, like bullying and friendship, and a character who doesn't hit the right moral mark. Opens up opportunities for kids to figure out what they might do in the situation.
The book I will be sharing today will be Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. The author is Ransom Riggs. The date of publication is June 7, 2011. Type of book / genre is novel, young adult, fiction, mystery, and fantasy. There are 382 pages of this book. The reason why I chose this book is it tackles the topic of growing up and being different compared to other people. It is very common theme these days, from Marvel stories of mutants to real-world events of Black Lives Matter. The main character, Jacob Portman, is a modern character who can be found in any timeline. I recommend this book because it is perfect for young adults, because the themes are not too far of real life, and the topics such as growing up different and being misunderstood by adults is a topic which people growing up can relate to. There is one thing to learn from the book. It is not to discriminate against people who look different, talk different, or act different.
Hello everyone, I am Paula Luna, and today we'll be reading a book. It's titled The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. I chose this story because of how great the impact of the story's lesson hits you. This book is a very nice story to read, especially for kids. This story will make you realize all the good things everyone has done to you. That is why make sure to thank everyone who has done good things to you in everything you've done. This story is all about a kid liking a tree. The kid always has fun with the tree. The tree is very friendly to the kid, and the kid is very friendly to the tree. They became best friends. Time passed and they both grew older. The tree is asking him if he wants to play. But the kid wants money. Then the tree gave him apples to sell, and she was happy. The kid grew older and he needed a house. So the tree gave her branches and she was happy. Then the kid grew older and was too old to play. And one time, when the kid was very old, the kid was tired and sat down on top of the tree. Then the tree was happy. The end. Now, we saw that the tree was very generous. She still gives and does anything just to make the kid happy. It doesn't matter if it will make it lose her parts. What's important to her is to make the kid happy. We should always appreciate the good things everyone has done to us, like the sacrifices our parents made, the comfort and happiness our friends gave us. We should also be generous too. We should give the people in need. We should not be greedy or selfish. Instead, we should give as much as we can as long as we help somebody in need. Now, we learned two moral lessons in this story. One of them is to appreciate the good things everyone has done to us. And the other one is to be generous and never be greedy or selfish. I hope you enjoyed the story and learned something from it. Till our next reading time, once again, thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Benedict Rance, and today I will be talking about the recent book I've read, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. J.K. Rowling wrote the Harry Potter book series when her life was difficult. It was 1995 when her first manuscript was published in the UK. The story is about a boy who learned on his 11th birthday that he is an orphaned son of two wizards, and he started receiving letters to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He was known as the boy who lived, and through each page I was introduced to many different and interesting things like a wand, a flying broomstick, potions. And my mind was racing with so much imagination that I can't put the book down. Harry discovered he has magic and gifted in Quidditch. Meeting friends Ron and Hermione is one of my favorite parts of the story. Harry starting to be happy and feel like he has a new family. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have read the book and just like me, they were taken to a magical wizarding world. I highly recommend this to all kids and adults who wants to experience adventure through a book. The most interesting part of the book that can serve as guide to anyone in becoming a responsible member of the society. For me, when Ron and Harry protected Hermione and the school from the troll during Halloween, they sacrificed themselves for others. Thank you for listening.
Good day everyone, my name is Jacob from Ikachalyan and the name of my book for Book Show and Tell is A Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Characters are Greg Heffley, the main character, Rowley Jefferson, the best friend of Greg, Roderick Heffley, the brother of Greg, Frank Heffley, the father, and Susan Heffley, the mother of Greg and Roderick Heffley. The date of publication is April 1, 2007 and the author is Jeff Kenny. Here are some personalities from different characters. Greg Heffley is mischievous, lazy, paranoid, arrogant, and dishonest. He is known to be jealous easily. He also tends to be a poor friend, something even he agrees with. Rowley Jefferson. Rowley is quite immature and seems a bit naive, which Greg takes advantage of him by manipulating him. But charming, cheerful, and innocent nature, makes him more popular with other students, particularly the girls than Greg. Roderick Heffley is the anti-heroic protagonist of the Diary of the Wimpy Kid franchise, also being Greg's and Manny's older brother. He has appeared in all of the Diary of the Wimpy Kid series books. He is the tertiary antagonist of Diary of the Wimpy Kid and serves as the anti-heroic second main character of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Roderick rules. It's a new school year, and Greg Heffley finds himself thrust into middle school where undersized weaklings share the hallways with kids who are taller, meaner, and already shaving. The hazards of growing up before you're ready are uniquely revealed through words and drawings as Greg records them in his diary in book 1 of this debut series. Greg is happy to have Rowley, his sidekick, along for the ride. But when Rowley's star starts to rise, Greg tries to use his best friend's newfound popularity to his advantage, kicking off a chain of events that will test their friendship in hilarious fashion. Give the gift of friendship. The best friends box includes Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid, and the perfect introduction for those new to the Wimpy Kid world. My reaction is this. It is a very, very good book, and it is also super funny too, so I encourage you to read it so you can also start liking books and less with fast, and it's just as entertaining as a phone or tablet. That's all, and thank you for listening to me and my book show and tell. Stay safe, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be sharing with you a book written by Troy Cummings, who lives in Indiana with his cat and family, and who loves to draw since he was a little kid. The Notebook of Doom is his first early chapter book series, and The Snap of the Supergroup is one of my favorite books. This is a fiction type of book telling about the adventures of Alexander on how he will prove to his friends, Rip and Nicky, that the monsters they've defeated are still alive. This also has 16 chapters with 89 pages, and it was published by the Scholastic Inc. in the year 2016. The part of the story that is similar to me is when Alexander got scared to make new friends in moving to a new town. I'm also scared and shy to make new friends because I'm thinking that they may not like me. The part I like about the story is when Rip and Nicky finally believed Alexander when the supergroup formed in front of them, and they were able to defeat it by Rip coming out of a toilet door and drying up the supergroup with a blow dryer. They showed that true friends help each other. The book's strength is that it can easily attract children to read because it has a lot of drawings inside. The weakness would be that there are words that you cannot easily understand. I'd recommend it to grades 1 to 3 so that they can practice reading in their early age. For me, the most interesting part is after reading the book, you'll find at the end questions to know if you understand when you have read it, and it helps to practice the reader's thinking. Before I end, here are some of my Notebook of Dooms collection. Bye!
Good day, Aquinians! I am glad to take part in our English Festival 2021. One of my favorite books of all time is entitled Dogman. Dogman is a novel series authored by American cartoonist Dave Pilkey. It is a comedic graphic novel series published by Scholastic Corporation that focuses on a part dog, part man police officer. The book series includes 9 books, the first released in 2016 and the latest in 2020. The latest book released in September 2020. Another series is about to be released on March 2021. About the book. For today's book show and tell, Allow me to present the first of the series, Dogman, published on 2016 by Scholastic Inc. It is a full-color illustrated series and a narrative book with 240 pages. Theme and purpose of the book. The main theme of this graphic novel series is that good will always win over evil. Dogman and the other cops are symbolic of the good guys, while Petey is one of the several bad guys. While Petey and the other villains set out to do evil deeds, we are sure that in the end, the good will always prevail. Some of the main characters. Dogman is the main character, an ultimate hero cop who is half dog and half human. He is an ultimate cop with the brain of a super smart dog and the body of a super strong cop. What I like about Dogman's characteristics is that he is strong, brave, playful, and smart. On the other hand, another character who seems to stand out is named Petey, the cat. He can be described as evil sinister, the main villain in the story who likes to deceive people and commit a lot of crimes. He has been in prison many times but manages to escape every time. Events and situations which appeal to me. Here's the story's intro. When Greg the police dog and his cop companion are injured on the job, a surgery saves their life and Dogman is born. I like the scene, page 120, 121, 124, and 125 because they are funny. So basically, Petey discovered that reading makes you smart. So he invented a ray gun that removes all books. After a while, all the people became dumb. So Petey tricked all the people into getting cool stuff like cars and devices like iPad and TVs. In pages 124 and 125, they discovered that someone pooped in Chief's office and the police officer was carrying the poop. And they were shocked. The chief asked why he picked up the poop, and he said because he didn't want to step on it. Then he hired Dogman to find out who pooped in his office. Then Dogman did some research on who pooped on Chief's office, but his research was dumb. The relatable problems in the book were pages 56 and 127. In page 56, Mayor comes to the police office and shows the news. The news says Chief is off on crime and Petey escapes from cat jail 8 times. And the latest poll is everybody hates Chief. This is relatable because when mom used to see my grades, I am scared because they are low. In page 127, Petey is now tired because of all the people were dumb. He saw that the news were dumb as well. The news said, welcome to the 13 o'clock news. Our top story, me go boom boom in my panties. Petey was shocked because the news was terrible or the TV show was. My opinion about the book. My opinion about the book is that it's very funny and it's fun to read. The book's greatest strength is that it attracts children because it's cartoon and it's funny. Its weaknesses are because children might think it's real and it's not educational. I would recommend people who like cartoon books and funny books to read this. The most interesting part can serve a guide to be a responsible member is when Dogman is as a policeman does his job well and this is a guide to be responsible and to do your job well.
Hello, my name is Curtis Cordala Viera, and I will be presenting to you Diary of the Wimpy Kid, The Ugly Truth by Jeff Kinney. The book was published at October 10, 2010, and it has a total of 219 pages. I chose this book for my show and tell because it is my favorite book and I already read it. The story is all about Greg Heffley in a hurry in growing up with his parties, increased responsibilities, and even awkward changes in the body when growing up. I recommend this book for any kid my age because it is interesting and fun to read. And the most interesting part of this book for me is when Greg and Rowley became friends again because they fought and they became friends again. Thank you.
Hello, this is my book show and tell. This is my book. The title of the book is Hieronymus Hilton, The Dragon Prophecy. Author Elizabeth Dami. The publication date is November 4, 2008. Type of book is adventure, literary fiction, and fantasy. And the number of pages of this book is 310 pages. The theme of the book is about adventure to rescue and to find the stolen egg and restore peace in the kingdom. The purpose of the book is to give an amazing imagination about adventure. The reason why I choose these books because I like adventures and journeys. As I've read the book, there is one character who became my favorite. He is Hieronymus Hilton. He is a hero in the kingdom of fantasy because he has restored peace in the kingdom and saved everyone. The characteristic that made him extraordinary is he is brave, helpful, and kind. What are the book's greatest strengths and weaknesses? For me, the greatest strength of the book is that it gives imagination that satisfies the reader. And there is no weakness in the book. Who would you recommend to read this book? I recommend it to everyone because it's amazing and wonderful and can teach you a lesson. What is the most interesting part of this book that can serve as a guide to anyone in becoming a responsible member of society? The most interesting part of the story is that Hieronymus Hilton saved the kingdom and rescued the stolen egg, restored peace in the kingdom. Thank you for listening.
The book is The Unflushables. It has over 300 pages and its author is Ron Bates. It was published on April 10, 2018. The main character is Sully Stringfellow, which is what I'm wearing right now, this guy. And he is the hero of his city. Because of his great plumbing skills and capturing toilet monsters, he is the member of Plunge, or the Plumbers League of Unnaturally Gifted Exceptionals. He made some mistakes, but he never stops helping people. And capturing terrifying mutants in the sewer. It is a very funny book, and I would recommend people and kids who like very funny books. The most interesting part of this book is when he tried to capture a scary toilet monster and the toilet all popped off.
Hey, I am Renzo Gumangan, and today I'm going to be doing my book show and tell on the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Specifically, this book from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which is the special cheesiest edition. Now, basically, the book features your average kid, our protagonist, Greg Heffley, through the first days of middle school, and basically struggling to fit in and get comfortable with the whole middle school thing. Now, the story features many different events that eventually leads to Greg being uncomfortable. Now, an example of that is basically when Greg Heffley dresses up as a singing tree in a play, which is The Wizard of Oz, and begins to get embarrassed by the audience or something. Another part is when he heard about this weird cheese touch thing. It's basically a worse version of your average tag. Basically, you get the cheese touch, you get no friends. Basically, the entire book features Greg Heffley being uncomfortable and complaining about school. And, well, a good thing though is that towards the end of the story, Greg Heffley does something great to his friend, Rowley, which basically did something disgusting to a certain piece of cheese, which was lying on the ground. Basically, the cheese that begins the cheese touch thing. So, basically, the entire plot of this book is Greg being uncomfortable about school and a lot of stuff, but does experience character development throughout the book. And towards the end of the story, he does something great and basically lives better, at least. So anyways, that is my book show and tell. Thank you so much for listening, and yeah, that's it. Bye.
Good day. My name is Ian Gabriel Tan from Grade 6 Dignity. I chose The Incredibles. It is a junior novelization by Irene Kimball. This was published by Random House in New York. This is about a family with superpowers. Jack was the youngest of the Parr family. He didn't seem to have any superpowers, that's why his family underestimated him. At the end, Jack was the one who saved his family. For me, the book is good and I would recommend this to all families. It teaches us about sacrificing and doing everything to save one another. The story also shows us the good in working together. We, as a family, sometimes argue, but we will never give up on each other.
Good day! My choice for the book show and tell is No Summit Out of Sight. It is a 368-page book authored by Jordan Romero and published by Simon and Schuster Books. It was initially published in May 2014. No Summit Out of Sight is a story of a 10-year-old boy who climbed to the top of Mountain Kilimanjaro. In May 2010, at the age of 13, Jordan Romero became the youngest person to climb the summit of Mount Everest. At 15, he became the youngest person to reach the summits of the tallest mountain on each of the 7 continents. The quote of Jordan that I caught my attention was, "One thing you should know about me, when I got interested in something, I became fanatic and learned everything I can about it." It reminds me of what my papa always tells me, that if I engage in something that I am interested in and I am going to spend time and efforts doing it, I might as well learn it by heart. I noticed that I am slowly but surely starting to live by that life lesson. I like this book because it is both entertaining and inspiring, especially for young people. It tells us how a dream could come true if you devote time and hard work on it. This book is an excellent reading material for young people. It introduces new places and experiences to the young reader. It is both entertaining and inspirational. To me, the most interesting part of the book was how the author dreamed of conquering and the summits in all the 7 continents, and how he worked hard to fulfill his dreams.
Hi, my name is Ricky, and I've dressed up. My literary hero is Greg Heffley, and this is my book, Diary of the Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. This is the author is Jeff Kenny, and the summary is: a family road trip is supposed to be a lot of fun, right? Unless you of course you're the Heffleys. The journey starts off full of promises, then quickly takes several wrong turns. Gas station bathrooms and others. A fender bender and a runaway pig. Okay, and not exactly Greg Heffley's idea of having a good time with his family. And I'll be answering some questions. Which is first is this book is not a fictional book because it's not not made up. And this is a non-fictional book because it's an ordinary book that tells you the life of a family, or the Heffleys. And also, I would recommend this to people that like comedies and family-ish things. Family-ish. And then I'll be answering another question, and it is what's the greatest strengths and weaknesses? The weaknesses here is the comedy sometimes isn't too funny. It takes it too literally, and but it's funny and all. The strengths is the strengths of this book is that it really gives out the thing that you really wanted. That is becoming a family, or you are a family and you never stick apart. And number three, last question is what is the most interesting part of this book, or my book? Which the most interesting part is that they help each other and they care about each other. And whatever happens in, like when you get to detours and you did not go to your destination, your literal destination, they always make plans or a diversion or improvise for what to just have a great time. Now that's all I got. Thank you.
One of the books I read during the past year period is the series of unfortunate events, The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket. It was published in October 2006. It is a novel book with 162 pages. I chose this book because I was interested when I saw it in Netflix, and I was curious if the book and the series had the same context. There were 4 main characters of the story: Count Olaf and the Baudelaire siblings, Violet, Klaus, and Sonny. Count Olaf is the main antagonist of the story. He is a criminal who is an enemy of the Baudelaires. Count Olaf wanted to adopt of Baudelaires and has been very bad towards them. Violet Baudelaire is the eldest of the 3 siblings. She is known to be very talented inventor and intelligent. She tried to find ways to save her siblings a countless times. Claude Baudelaire is the middle child of the Baudelaire siblings. He is also intelligent like Violet and loves to read books. He believes that if you read books, you could solve any problem. Sonny Baudelaire is the youngest of them 3. She is also intelligent and loves to bite things. What are the greatest strengths and weaknesses? The novel is very exciting and full of humor. It was also very descriptive. That's why I feel like also part of the story. The weakness of the book is that I felt like it was a short novel. Who would you recommend to read this book? I would love to share this book with my eldest sister. She loves to read books and novels, would definitely enjoy the story. What is the most interesting part of the book? For me, the most interesting part of the book is when another character, Justice Frost, tells the Baudelaires that she is willing to adopt them, but since the will of their parents wanted a relative to take care of them, the adoption did not push through. Thank you.